Howdy, American supercar fans. So we have a car coming into the collection. It's made by brand Kyosho, and it's the Saleen S7. It came in this little blister, and then it was screwed to the stand. I took that stuff out for speed. And let's take a look here. I think this is part of a personal collection. There was no box or anything like that, and I noticed some issues with it. But let's take a comparison look here. Okay. So the S7 was an American-built supercar. It's by a brand called Saleen. Steve Saleen and a couple other people put this car together, and it was available between the year 2000 and 2009. It has a Ford-based engine, but it's really a proprietary engine. Saleen modded it, and that's their history, actually. I believe modding Fords and other vehicles. And yeah, this is a pretty interesting looking car here. Let's try to get a better back view there for you guys. It's a 7-liter engine. It's a V8, and it's making 550 horsepower, and that got this thing 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. There was later on, in 2005, a twin turbocharged version that made 750 horsepower, but I don't know which one this is. I didn't research it enough. So is this the regular one or the twin turbo? I'm not sure if there's a way to tell on the outside. The internet says it's supposed to be able to go 248 miles per hour, but I kind of doubt that. No, I doubt that. I think you'd have to have more than 1,000 horsepower to go that fast. Okay, it's supposed to have some custom fit luggage because there's a trunk in the front and the back. And interesting, the driver's seat is positioned a little bit more towards the center, so the passenger gets SOL there, but that's to allow the driver to have a better view of the road, and also center the center of gravity a little bit better as well if there's no other passenger. The frame itself is made of 4130 chrome moly steel and aluminum honeycomb sheets, and then the body is all carbon fiber. Okay, so I think that's all I learned about it. Well, technically it's 1,300 kilograms, but I'm guessing most people don't care about the weight of a vehicle. Okay. So now, naturally, I noticed that this tire is really messed. Maybe it's just the axle's bent. Unfortunately, this is press fit together, so I can't really fix that problem easily unless I drill this thing apart, which I don't know if I want to do. The tires do have a nice tread on them. I think they're actually equal sized. It would have been nice to have them staggered. Okay. Alright, so I'll have to figure out what's going on there. Yeah, the tire's literally rubbing the body right there. It's too bad. Okay, well, there's some orange paint here for a marker. These vents are nicely molded. There's a little black paint for that blocked off one, and I think there's black paint in these as well. Yeah, there is, but not on the front ones. Okay, the wheels do look nice. They look pretty similar to the real car. The same amount of spokes, relatively the same amount of thinness as well. So that's good. I just noticed now there's a red reflector there. The panel gaps, I've seen thinner from Kyosho. This must be a fuel filler. It's just a graphic silver paint, and then all the rest of the window trim is black on all the windows. Okay, so I think this thing must have Gullwing Doors, or maybe they pitch forward as well. This wing seems to be a separate plastic piece. Yeah, nice detail there. I don't know if that is a clear window or if it's totally black. I think it's a black window. Or no, I think it's really smoked. Well, let's get the flashlight and see what happens. Okay, it's really smoked. There actually is an engine there. Hopefully you can see that, but I don't know why they would do that. Unless the real car has a really dark rear window, but why would they do that? I wonder. Like, you can't even see the light shining through the back of that thing. So that's an interesting query. I'm not sure if it was Kyosho or Saleen that made that decision. Okay, well, while we're at it, it does look like the seats are pretty much equidistant. I don't think the driver's seat is more towards the center than the passenger seat, so I don't know if Kyosho really got that right. Or maybe it's only slightly towards the center, but I'm not seeing it. Well, anyways, there's a lot of good detail in there. It's just all black, so it's hard to see without a flashlight. Okay, we got some raised wiper blades, painted black, looks good. There's a little black paint in this blanked off vent, same with there, so that's nice. I mean, it's better than just being body color. I think there's black paint in these little vents too, so that's really nice. Didn't expect that. Okay, some clear lenses and some silver paint for the headlights behind it, so that looks pretty good. Yeah, look, I mean, it looks like 6 lights back there. And yet, this thing has another weird molded feature in there. Okay. This is just smooth, all those, but they're painted black. Okay, let's see about the front badge. What does a Saleen logo look like? Oh, there it is. It's kind of legible, it's close. You can almost read Saleen, and then that funky little S. I really like the headlights. A lot of detail going on. So, nothing in the mirrors, no reflectivity or anything like that. But let's see about this back end here. Seems to be red painted taillights. They're pretty small, so I can kind of understand Kyosho not making those different inserts. Does seem to be some black paint here, going across and back there, and then there's black text, Saleen. It's really hard to see, black on dark blue, but it's there. And then some black paint here for the exhaust pipes, and then obviously black here, but also these vents go in pretty far. Yeah, those are good vents. And then these vertical strikes seem okay. This blue one is part of the casting, this black one is part of the plastic base. There's a little bump here for the differential or whatnot. So now, I'm trying to see if there's been any major paint problems, but I don't think I saw any. Well, all the time. There's a tiny bit of paint bubbling right there. So unfortunately it's not a perfect model. It's still a good model. This wheel's a bit messed up. The paint rash, those are the only 2 flaws I'm seeing. So I'm still pretty happy I got this thing. So let's compare it to a couple other cars, although truthfully I don't really have anything similar to this thing. This is such a unique piece of American automotive history. The only other model I have is a Cobra Coupe, but these are totally different eras, right? And my solar spinner's having a hard time. I would say, this reminds me more of a Le Mans racing prototype. So I have this one, a Nissan, I think it's called an R390. Let's see, the one nice thing about Kyosho, it actually says what they are. Yeah, it's an R390 GT1, and that's like the most similar looking thing in my model collection to it. But I know that the Saleens were raced actually. There were race versions, there was like a Le Mans version, but I believe Kyosho was just going for the straight up street legal one. Okay. Well, anyways, if you like American supercars, if you like automotive history, perhaps you want to take a look into getting one of these Kyoshos. I'm pretty happy I got this one, and I guess we'll see you in the next review.